Today I want to update you on a few of the things that have happened during the week. One of the things I've been doing is trying to get recognition for the festivals we've been selected for on IMDb, which can be quite difficult. Sometimes you have to submit and say, I got selected in this festival, and usually it's best if you give them some sort of reference to a website for the festival showing that you've been selected, or their Facebook page. Some don't have websites showing that you've been selected, and in theory that's supposed to get them to approve your submission that you were nominated or selected or whatever it was for this festival. But it never goes smoothly. There is another way. If you have IMDb Pro, there is another way. There's that official way where IMDb checks that you've been selected. And there's another way, excuse me, if you're on IMDb Pro, which is the paid version of IMDb, you can submit the film yourself. But I'm reluctant to do that. I mean, not submit the film yourself, add the acknowledgement that you were selected for this festival. And I'm reluctant to do it myself because I want it to be, the official approval from IMDb that you've been selected. But I may end up having to do that because I keep, you submit, you wait several weeks, nothing happens. Submit again, and you don't know what else to do because you get no feedback on these things. They just disappear into the ether. So I've been battling with that and what to do with that, but I'll just keep plugging away and hopefully we'll get them on there. And if after some months then it just doesn't happen from the IMDb side, then I will just add those things on there because it's good for the film to show that we've been, selected in some festivals, and it's good for everyone involved in the film to show that we've been selected in some festivals. One of the things that annoys me about it really is that I'm trying to get the lead actress from Kin Spirits was selected or nominated, I can't remember which, for one of the festivals we've been selected for so far, and I just can't get that on IMDb the official way. I don't know why they're not accepting it, but I'll keep trying. What else? Let me just check my faithful list. I met a great guy called Reef who's come on board to help me make those tweaks to Kin Spirits, which I've been talking about. I left something out of the credits, and you might think that's simple enough to fix, and in a way it is, but Reef and I decided we would change the order of the credits a little bit to make it more reflective, more correctly reflective of the people involved. And also and he's got to do a bunch of exports. Excuse me. And that is export the film so I can replace what's on Film Freeway. And that's one type of export. Export the film for Film Hub. I've mentioned before I'm going to submit it to Film Hub, which is kind of like an online distribution platform which people like Amazon and Hulu and all those people go and see if they want to have your film. And they need a particular type of export. Festivals, if they're screening it on a big screen, there's a different kind of export you need. Well, there's two different kinds you could potentially have for that. And it goes on. There's about 7 or 8 different things. And my thinking is, if I get it exported in all these different ways, then I don't have to bug anyone anymore about anything. I can sort of sort out any requests for the film in whatever way it needs to be, which is what I want, want it to be. I mean, the film's gone on for long enough. Everyone involved knows that. So there's going to be any, anything needs attending, I'm trying really hard to get it to a place where I can do everything. So that's my goal. Okay. I've done a little bit of writing, not as much as I would have liked, but it's kind of just getting my head back into that mind space. But as it turns out, I got a little feedback on a short series. Just they're like I think it's 3 or 4 page episodes, and there's 7 of them, and I just got some feedback on that, so I may pivot to that while those thoughts are fresh in my head, and look at doing some writing on that project, which is called Arthur and Walter. And the idea behind Arthur and Walter is, well, actually, let me make the changes first, then I'll tell you the idea behind it, because there's going to be some tweaks. I'm thinking about, I always have this ideal scenario in my head. I don't know what it is. I'm an optimist, so I guess that's why. But now I realize that for these short films and projects, my idea was to bundle them all together and do them all at once, but without something amazing happening, that's probably not going to be likely. So I think I need to split them out and maybe even just break it into 2 groups. Could I make, that's my tummy growling, I hope you can't hear that. Break it into 2 groups to make it easier to get them done. So that's the way I'm going now, and I'm just trying to get my head around how that works. Still looking for a producer to help me with the shorts. I haven't posted the job yet. I don't know what's holding me back, to be honest. I think I might try a few more people, direct contact. I don't know, I like to search and find people that have the right feel about them and contact them. I don't know if that's a great way of doing it or a terrible way, but that's the way I like to do it. Otherwise, it's been quiet on the acting front. Last time I told you I had a couple of auditions for commercials. Nothing since, so just keep chipping away. I think I honestly think that I would really focus completely on filmmaking if I had the resources to do so. That doesn't mean I'd stop acting. I'd just diminish the focus on acting. And that's, to be brutal, only because there's not getting any work at the moment. I could paint a prettier picture than that, but that's the reality of it. So, in a way, that's the beauty of doing both, is if things are really quiet with acting, I can focus completely on filmmaking or writing or trying to work out how to get things made and things like that. And vice versa. I can, because they're my projects, I can back off a bit if some acting work comes up. So, and I do have some roles I've been cast in, But I don't think they're going to happen this year. But next year, if they all come to fruition, could be really, really interesting from an acting perspective. So, you know, I'm just going to channel my energies where I'm getting the most reward at the moment, if that kind of reward's a funny word, but where I'm getting most value, I suppose, at the moment. Anyway, it's all good. This is the life, whether an actor or a filmmaker or anything creative, really. You live, you kind of live on the edge. Unless you're in that top little percentage, you kind of live on the edge the whole time. So you're always kind of pivoting and you know, going where the strength is in that moment. And that's how you survive. So that's what's been going on. Looking forward to next week. I think I'll be doing a lot more writing next week, but I said that last week, so let's see what happens. Thanks for watching. It'd be great if you could like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell, and leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you think. And if you'd like to support me further, you can buy me a coffee. There's a link in the description below. I hope to see you in the next one.